Let me take you back to the start of this year, just after Christmas, and I had one goal: sub-20 on 3x3. So, how did I do it? Well, I started to watch these types of videos, and guess what? They all said the same thing: deliberate practice. Realistically, unless you're Felix Zemdegs, you're not going to devote all of your time to deliberate practice. Not even half your time, but that is what I did. I've done a couple hundred 2gen solves and a few slow solves, but it wasn't fun. So that is what this video is. I want to tell you the best ways to improve that is outside the natural, oh, just do some 2gen and you will become Max Park. Step 1. This whole video is documenting what I did to become 3 seconds faster, and I started with learning algorithms. I found this way more interesting than normal deliberate practice such as 2gen. Anyway, I started with G-perms, which is pretty much the finishing part of full PLLs for me. Depending on what times you are at currently, should be the decider on what algorithms you should learn. I found that learning algorithms could be enjoyable as I could see the finishing goal. Step 2. Another thing I did was recording my solves, and it taught me so much about what I was doing completely wrong, but also what I was doing well. This was inspired from a Cubehead video, and essentially you should record your solves and write loads of things you think you could have improved on with each. Once you have done that, find the common trends in what you have collected and drill that. You will probably also find lots of things that you are doing great at, and whilst you should make sure you don't lose these things, you should also drill them way less. For example, if your T-perm is great, then don't worry about that, and instead try and work on your G-perm, which may not be as good. Step 3. You should start to focus your time on practicing other events. This has been proven by multiple cubers to help you improve on 3x3. For example, 5x5 is great for look ahead, Megaminx is great for piece tracking, and 2x2 really helps with efficiency. I found that as soon as I put lots of time into 5x5, I found significant impacts on my 3x3 times. Almost half a second dropped. What I also found from this is that it made me want to continue practicing 3x3, where before I started to lose interest in the practice element of cubing. So if you're stuck at a certain boundary on 3x3, then I recommend you try to push your times on other events. Step 4. You should stop focusing on the time. You may think that the whole point of improving is to get better times, but it isn't. Yes, that is important and it could keep you motivated, but I also think you should start focusing on how efficient your solve was, because efficiency in the long term will improve your times. If you start to focus on the efficiency of your cross and then start asking questions like, how could I have done this better, or how could I improve this cross? It will make you improve so much faster than just looking at your times and being disappointed that they won't go down. Step 5. This one might sound a bit weird at first, but hear me out. If you're doing a solve and you don't know a certain algorithm, then once you finish the solve, make sure that you tell yourself that you should learn that certain thing. If you do this every time you don't know an algorithm, then eventually you'll have the urge to finally learn it. This is something I did because it was a constant reminder that I should stop doing pointless solves and try to improve instead. Going back to what I said at the start, my goal after Christmas was to finally become sub-20, and after just 3 months that happened using these 5 steps, and better than that, I'm averaging 18 seconds, which is 2 seconds below my target. If you found this useful, then consider subscribing and make sure to check out one of my other videos.